Hello, everybody. This is Gary. Today is Friday. It's May 22nd, 2020. It is 2:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States in Rochester, New York. And this is a video I wanted to do that I did last year because of hot weather. I was outside today and yesterday, and Rochester weather is getting very nice. It's like 75 degrees outside, maybe a little bit less, but it's very sunny. And what I wanted to talk today about was hot weather and psychiatric medications. Um, I have air conditioning, and not everybody has that luxury. Um, but I take antipsychotic medications, and I think this also applies to antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications. What I'm about to say, but hot weather and antipsychotic medications can be very dangerous, especially with the older medications like Thorazine, Haldol, and Mellaril. When I was 19, I was on Thorazine, and so we're talking like 1987, somewhere around there. I was on Thorazine, pretty high dose. I made the mistake of walking outside in the hot weather, and to make problems worse, I wasn't wearing a shirt. I was just wearing pants or shorts, and the hot weather nearly killed me because I got a nasty, nasty sunburn. That Thorazine made my skin more sensitive, less likely to sweat, and that can cause heat stroke or heat exhaustion. I'm not sure what I had at the time, if it was heat exhaustion or if it was heat stroke, but either way, I almost died from it. I became extremely dehydrated, very burned all over most of my body, my face, my back, my front of my torso. Um, so psychiatric medications and heat can be extremely dangerous. I'm on Seroquel right now, which is a newer antipsychotic than Thorazine, much newer, although it's available in generic. But Seroquel can interfere with the body's ability to handle heat and sweating and cooling down. It's important to stay hydrated, to use sunscreen if you're on an antipsychotic medication, or I suppose even an antidepressant or anti-anxiety medications. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying from personal experience, it's very dangerous to expose yourself to heat or extreme heat while you're on antipsychotic medications. Again, this might also apply to antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications as well as mood stabilizers like lithium. Um, my experience has been that just about any kind of psychiatric drug can cause very dangerous overheating in the human body, or cause susceptibility to severe sunburn and not being able to sweat as much. So your body overheats very quickly. As a matter of fact, last year I made the mistake of going outside in the heat. It was like 95 degrees outside. Today's only about 70, and that's not that dangerous. But I was outside in really hot weather. I walked about a mile and a half, 2 miles to my bank because I don't own a car. I either ride everywhere I go on my bike or I walk. So I walked out to the bank. By the time I got to the bank, I was covered in sweat, like somebody had poured a bucket of water over me. It was that bad. And so I had to sit down and call an ambulance. They had to pick me up at the bank and take me into the hospital. I had heat exhaustion. It wasn't quite heat stroke, but either one can be serious. I was severely dehydrated, well overheated by every stretch of the imagination. I was ready to pass out. Um, Hot weather and antipsychotic medications can be very dangerous. So wear sunscreen, keep hydrated, and not just with water. Sometimes if you get dehydrated, you need electrolytes, and Pedialyte is good for that. And no, this is not a commercial for Pedialyte. I'm just going by the advice of my doctor when I was dehydrated. Water is good, but Pedialyte helps you restore electrolytes as well as keeping you hydrated with water. So if you get dehydrated and it's not so bad that you have to go to the hospital, you might want to drink water, but also drink Pedialyte. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm just going based on what my doctor told me the last time I got dehydrated. The last time I got dehydrated, though, wasn't so much for heat as it was just getting sick to my stomach and vomiting. They're still not sure why I got sick. So they just treated the symptoms, treated the nausea, and treated the dehydration with intravenous fluids. And they told me when I got home, if I still felt dizzy, to stay hydrated and drink water and Pedialyte. If you do get Pedialyte, of course, follow the directions on the bottle. Don't take more than you're supposed to. But I just wanted to point out real quick that hot weather and psychiatric medications can be a problem. Wear sunscreen, stay hydrated, stay out of extreme heat during midday, like around noon when the sun's highest in the sky. And that's about it. Also, eat properly, I guess, is important as well. But I just wanted to point out that psychiatric medications can kill you in heat. And I'm not trying to be over dramatic, but that is the case. When I went to the hospital last year from the bank, after I walked out to the bank, if I had stayed out there any longer, I could have died. And right now I'm sweating. I mean, I have the air conditioner on in the living room. I'm in the kitchen. But they say that the sun, the hot weather might help kill the coronavirus. And in that category, I'm coping pretty well. My bills are paid. I have nothing to complain about. I'm applying for different housing rental applications. I would like a bigger apartment than the one I got. The one I got is a studio. So it's got a large living room, a kitchen, and a bathroom. There's no separate bedroom. It's not a one-bedroom apartment. Not that I'm complaining. I could be homeless, like a lot of mentally ill people are homeless. But I'm coping the best I can. I wear a mask when I go outside, use hand sanitizer, and wash my hands with soap and water. Just following basic social distancing. A lot of stores are enforcing that. I went to UPS yesterday to get some postage stamps and make a few copies of some documents I need when I'm putting out rental applications. They enforce social distancing, so there was a line outside with about 6 feet between each person, and they only allowed 3 people in the store at a time. So some businesses are enforcing social distancing more than others. I was also at the bike shop today because I had my bike repaired. I paid $53 to get it repaired. But the owner and worker at the store were not wearing face masks. And I wasn't wearing one either, and I should have been. It's just that when I walked outside, got halfway down the block, I realized I wasn't wearing a face mask. I didn't want to fucking turn around and go home to get it. So I just kept going to the store. And I went to 7-Eleven today. Everyone in the store but me was wearing a mask, and that was a mistake. I should be wearing a mask when I'm in the store in public. But I'm coping all right with the coronavirus thing. People are starting to get back to work. Some people are still in a very bad situation. There's like 39 million unemployment claims in the past 7 weeks. And so I know a lot of people are still struggling. My situation isn't that bad. And I'm grateful for the things that I have. But my mental health is pretty good. It's been a few weeks, I think, since I went to the psychiatric emergency room. So I think that I'm doing all right. But that's all for now. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Share my videos on social media if you want to help my channel out. I don't ask for money to do this channel because I really don't need it. But if you want to help my channel, just press the like button, share it on social media, and if you have any videos you want me to do on a particular topic, let me know in the comment section.